Alright, let's see. So we're starting with Busan. Support player POV. Yeah, so the big problem was trying to work on what? Comms and what else?
Um, his position and maybe old management and all Discord call. Oh, he want to know how to Discord their Ryan better.
Mm-hmm. No worries.
And by trans timing,
What timing?
Trans
trans
timing.
trans.
Trans timing, right.
Sorry.
Okay. Like somber on Busan. Why is the fucking quality so bad? Hang on. Don't tell me this is fucking dying. Hang on. Just gonna fast forward this back to where it's meant to be. There we go. Okay, now the quality doesn't suck. Good. So you guys should be at 12:30. Should be counting on.
What do you
Can
mean
you see it?
12:30?
The timestamp at the bottom right. It says 12:39.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Just playing now. It's working. There's no issues.
No.
Good. Just making sure there's been a few bugs with
Wait, this is 720p quality?
it's 1080 for me.
Oh, okay.
It's just very, very fuzzy. Bitrate's probably just bad on his recorder. Probably have to adjust his bitrate. Okay. Hang on. Now, naturally, with a bit of body block, it's a bit difficult. Good
Yes,
early right click.
it's good now.
Yeah. Okay. So only with your ping is this particular play possible because you let this go and you get the right click onto Reinhardt the Discord onto Reinhardt without any trouble, which is good. So provided that you actually can maintain line of sight, and against the Zarya shield you'll lose it, so you just have to be ready to reapply it if you need to, because they get the aggro on you first, so you lose the Discord. Yeah, so reapplying Discord in this gap because of the way this is going, you have to just call who you actually have put your Discord on. It's a bit delayed. As for your positioning, as long as you're a little bit further back, you'll be in a very safe spot because you can be prepared against them charging forwards at you. You don't want to try like having to turn around and be out of like place against that. Aim's pretty solid though, which is good. But yeah, same sort of problem, right? You have to maintain line of sight to keep a Discord orb down. But without being able to poke forwards because you guys are on the back foot, it's going to be very hard to do. So you just want to use like your Discord orb as a pseudo wall hack, so you can figure out where like a target is going. So if you remember by name and by role, you can figure out where they go from there. So yeah, as long as you manage to read when he drops his shield or when he gets scared by your Reinhardt, you can just put it down on him. It's a pretty unlucky fight because the barrier does come up in front of you. Hang on. Okay, this is a problem. Your Harmony Orb is sitting on Psycho for how long? Right? You place it onto the Zarya here, who's full health for no reason. And this whole time, there are other targets that need it, especially when your Reinhardt starts coming forward again as well, because your Reinhardt's been needing it this entire time. You finally managed to replace this onto him, which is good, but he takes too much chunk and gets knocked down. You have to be more aware of that. This is a shitty trance as well because you guys you lose it off the back of this as well. If you were going to want to trance, if you had to trance that badly, you wanted to do it before. So before this point, this is the only time I would have accepted a trance. Only because you were unsure if you guys were going to win the fight off of that, because there's not a single call about whether or not you guys are winning and whether you guys are keeping target. But yeah, because Xeno's so low here, because you're not keeping track of him, if you guys are not on the same target and there's a split, granted that this wall blocks off every single bit of like hope that you're trying to do, It makes you have to miss position if like possible to keep him alive. But you want to try and balance. If you're going to do that, you want to try and come around here and just keep an eye out for anyone shooting you from that side, and you can just keep hiding behind there as long as you can keep line of sight to keep Harmony Orb on him, rather than wasting it on Psycho. But yeah, this is a crappy trance because it doesn't give you anything. And then now that that's over, they just go for the ult on top of it and just completely slam down you guys.
I think like he thought we will win because that was a 3v2. We have a Lucio but
3v2.
no 3v2. We have a
Yeah,
Lucio.
you guys have 3 and they have 2.
Yeah, but
I mean, do you just the thing though, with your trance on, do you think that Lucio's a good enough DPS to kill a Zarya? Because it's not. It's not even remotely strong. Like even with their DPS down, you don't actually have enough damage to warrant it being worthwhile. Like yes, granted that his like you wanting to match trances, right? But in 2v2 this is pointless. You should have just taken the lost fight and just come back and won. Because you stall out all this time and you lose 50% from that and you don't have any ultimate to work with it. So this is just problematic. It just keeps... And this happens more than once as well. This is why Goats comps really fuck around with support gameplay, because in all honesty, if you guys can't sync it up, you just get fucked on every single time. So if you aren't prepared for that, it's not worth it.
wait, but isn't the Zarya is a like DPS in the Goatcom? Like if he trans, we might, and he already discorded the other Zarya. Like we might win.
Yeah, but personal shield comes off and he can't rediscord during that time. So it's wasted. If the personal shield is down and he's got a guarantee for that, then sure. But he didn't there, and she had shield back up. And in a lot of cases, that's not going to be a benefit to you guys. And yeah, not being able to have trance there would have been a better time to use it against Shadow. But yeah, this is the problem you run into over and over again. Is just that if you misplace an ult, it just gets what the hell? Why did he mail?
Throw. Oh, I think she blocked 2 people, but we don't have.
You don't have anything to work with it. This is a
No.
lost point now.
Yeah, it's very scuffed.
But yeah, every time you try to be remotely aggressive with your Discord orb, it always goes into a shield. And you have to remember to reapply it, and you're just not doing that as often as you can. Like, all orbs in general, you have to juggle them between whatever target you need to put them on. So whether it's like Discord onto an enemy or rehashing a Harmony Orb onto a target that needs it, like they all have to be there. Like there's time right now you have no Harmony Orb on anyone. And that's just because of how far back away you are. It doesn't make it any easier or any harder to like deal with, but the problem is that this is a common theme. There's just a lot less going on here. So yeah, lost point for free because of that. But yeah, I didn't hear a single ult track during this from anyone. And like, especially when ults were spent at the end of that like mass fight, namely Zen and Zarya, that should have been like a notice view that other ults would have been on their way. At the very least, like what Shadow would have been one of them I would have looked out for, since there was a lot of swinging, and Zeno being put low in the corner. Quick thing, I obviously this probably means something to you, but it means absolutely nothing to me. You get it one day. That part. What's that da 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 supposed to mean? Is there anything specific that he's trying to like note about there? That again, is that a person that he's like trying to talk about target, or is he trying to make someone come back? What's the call for? be9?
Yes.
What are you saying when you're like when this is happening? Is there something that you're trying to say, or are you just making noises into the mic?
Oh, I'm saying line art la 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 la.
What does la 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 mean anything? Does it mean anything?
Pardon?
Does it mean anything?
That is mean. Kill line. I mean line Discord now.
Okay. So the noise after it is like an urgency thing. You're trying to get people to like you're trying to get people to work on this. Is that what it is?
Because the team requires the Xeno, he requires him to keep saying the Discord target.
Yeah. I think what it is though, I don't think because it's just information that's coming out, and if there's just noise coming out in the middle of it, it just gets confusing. Like the comms have to mean something. If he says go go go, then that makes just as much sense. But or if he knows that that means that, then sure, perfect. But I don't think anyone knows what that means. That noise that he's saying. It's just noise. It's just sound. Like no one knows if that actually means anything.
So you want him to say, Ryan is Discord, let's push into him, or
Yeah,
what?
or like something a little more concrete than just sound. If it means something like in Korea, sure, but we don't know that. Like we're trying to like he's trying to like say I assume he's trying to like draw urgency to this. Like he's trying to like really make them see that this is happening, but they're not catching that. Like they're just not understanding, and that's because no one really knows what that like if that means something. Like communication wise, if he's trying to say with urgency that Ryan's the target and he's got Discord on him. I've heard that he's saying that he's Discorded, but after that, like that that noise, if that's being transmitted as part of the communication, I don't think anyone knows what that means. If he's trying to say go go go, like he wants to be like aggressive, or he's charging up a right click on the back of that, it would help that they would that they would know to push. Like something a little more concise off the back of that would help. Like that noise, if that means go or back or whatever it means, they have to know what it means. Like if I'm his main tank, and I hear that noise, if I start translating it and I realize that means he's going like that my support wants to go aggressive, then I will work on it. But yeah, I'm the kind of guy that wants to figure out what my team are doing. I don't think these guys are really good at that. But yeah, that's sort of the thing. But yeah, every time I hear that, I don't know what to expect. Like
Oh, okay.
It's bad enough that Zeno speaks in gibberish the entire time as well. But like the point is like that part has to make sense.
Do you think you want him to also, because if we want to push, we have to also like make sure they use the Zarya external bubble.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they.
Well, something has to be used here, right? Like when this fight goes on, right? When this entire fight like has like sort of popped out, like the shields are finally coming out here, and that's fine. But if they're going to be proactive, like a charge into this like pillar would make it easier for Reinhardt to actually start the fight, and then like Zen can just right click into it, and Zarya can load him up as well. Like there's just things that can be done, and bursting down a target is good. But there instead in this case, it looks like the Zarya just gets out of position and gets done. You know.
Mm-mm.
I think it's just made difficult by the fact that like if it's a language barrier, you want like a support who is obviously a mechanically skilled player. You want like if he's able to read the game a bit better, he needs to like give us a keyword that actually helps us figure out what he's trying to do.
Okay, yeah.
Because obviously like he's saying Ryan discorded and we hear that he's discorded, but I've got no idea what that last part means. And if he's saying like that he's charging up and he's going to go aggressive on him, then sure. But that doesn't mean anything to me unless I know like prior to. Unless he actually says go go go, in which case then I'll be like, yeah, okay, cool. Like we're just going to fight on him. No worries. But now this problem here, everyone's spread around. So it's up to you to get ready to put Harmony Orb on a target that's going to get like collapsed on, or if there's like a target that wants to be aggressive for that. Like if you put it on Zarya, she's going to go for the like to get some battery charge, like to get her charge up. Then you want to be able to just sort of figure out like if they're going to come around here, how much damage he's going to take, and healing the threshold would be safe. Yeah, but I say Brig alert. Yeah, so he calls that one well. If anyone hears him, it's good. I think he's supposed to say Brig. Is that supposed to say Brig 1? Oh, really? That hit him? Hang on. That's really unlucky. That angle you're on. He's on a pretty good angle there. I thought that was safe actually. That's really unlucky. You should have to like take half a step to the left, and he's perfect. But yeah, because from there you can just actually you can even react before that comes out if you can see him casting it. Like you can see him go for the swing.
Yeah.
If he reacts and hits trance, that's pretty good because like the fight hasn't been like won or lost at this point. Because basically every single team fight, right? If you're like calling ultimates, your plan is to use two usually, and then go from there. But if they use extra ultimates, then you would like want to use one to counter it as well. So that's how you guys can come out ahead. So against the Reinhardt ultimate, and you guys have, I believe it's Zarya being spent there. That's not so bad if you guys use those two ultimates as it is, and you can actually use something on top of it, and it guarantees a win. It's not so bad that only one person died there because it's only Xeno being sacrificed. But while you guys are holding point, you have two choices to make as a shot caller. If you sacrifice while still stalling point, then that's fine. See, again, I don't even think that one was worth it because the May ult's taking care of everyone while they're in, like, yeah, not entirely not really a necessity to use the Zen ult there,
No, but they grabbed.
except this part. Yeah. So this whole part, right? There's two things that happen here. When that ultimate comes down, they're still being frozen up by May. So there's not a lot that really can come in opposite. I can't really see how many of them are frozen over there, but if they're still attacking on that angle and they're still like hitting you guys up from there, that's fine. Like this is okay. This is a match because you're matching the Zenol for the Zenol. However, from there, this fight's already won. I have no idea why you're here. Why are you here? Like this is like the worst possible spot you can be in because not only can they just converge onto you if they like get any momentum back, but yeah, the people that are respawning are going to come up and they're going to see you here, and naturally, this happens in like 2 seconds flat where not only are you walled off from everyone there, you're trying to take on a McCree. You can't win against McCree. That was just plain silly. Yeah, it's nice that you still win the fight, but anything coming back onto you from there is problematic. And if they run you down as well and they get back to point before you do, it's bad. I can hear. I think that's Mighty Boy calling out ults there,
Yeah.
which is good. It's very quiet for his settings, though, isn't it? It's the same as his thingo. But yeah, hang on, let's see what's going on here. So yeah, again, not having anything to deal with the shadow, and everyone was standing out in the open. You know what I don't get? If you guys are like winning these fights, why would you stand out in the open against the Reinhardt? You've got drum and pillars here. Why would you stand out in the open against Reinhardt? But yeah, he's in the right position because he's back here, and there's a pillar to like guide him there if there's anything wrong. But yeah, Xeno's not even close to the fight, so I have no idea why people are pushing forwards.
Because we have grabbed, he called the cycle, he called it, but the Zeno didn't commit. And we also have two people, the May and the Zenyatta. They are backing. They are on the way.
Yeah,
oh well.
Everyone coming in on the way, like they've just made it here now, right? And this is part like he's now like Mighty Boy's now realizing that they have High Noon, which is dandy and all, but that doesn't really change anything. But then because of that, like the position they're in right now, everyone's come forwards here. But this Zen's the only one playing around the drum, which he's kind of supposed to do if they do have Shatter. I didn't hear anyone say if they have Shatter or not, but this is the problem there. You lose Brig and May instantly, and Lucio, I think, and Lucio as well. So losing all of those, when you could have just played behind drums and made this easier for yourselves. But yeah. If one was supposed to happen before the other, you'd be prepared for it. Like if you wanted to use grab first, right, then you all could have come up together. But then again, not everyone was back, so that's a pointless call. And then after that, because everyone's stuck out in the open, they get cleaned up by Ryan's Shadow. Actually, you know what? I'm curious about something.
What? It's my war. Help there, right?
No, it's fine if he's in the air and he gets discorded, but then he gets shielded. That discord falls off. So even then, he's in the air. He can't shadow until he lands on the ground anyway. So Xeno should be prepared for that. But from what I can see here, he's facing this way. That's his hammer behind him, which means his shield is there, facing that way.
Yes. Because their whole team
Reinhardt's
was
there.
there.
But the Reinhardt's right there. So where the hell are your teammates? Like, what? Your teammates are there, Xeno's here. What's the point of that? What the fuck is up with that? That's really awkward. I was trying to figure that out before. I'm like, where is Xeno in the middle of all of that? And he's literally standing off to the side and everyone's standing up forwards. I don't know whose fault that is, but there's definitely a problem. But yeah, the other thing I was trying to figure out is if you like put discords on people, and the discord orbs I saw, they exist, but they're not
Consistent.
They're not
Or-
consistent, and the other problem is that they're not on targets that matter. Like, yeah, it was cool that it was on Reinhardt while he was over there in the air, but again, if your main point is to take out the Reinhardt, then you can't be in the air, so that's pointless. And he has no vision of any other target to put Discord Orb on, so that's pointless. All that sort of shit is going to matter, especially in the long haul of these fights. But yeah, Ryan's discorded, but yeah, again, they're just matching it every single time by putting the friend barrier onto Reinhardt. But that right there should be the go button for you guys. Like they use that every single time to take the Discord off and to keep Reinhardt safe for a little longer. If you guys are not even like remotely prepared for that, like there's no one that Zarya can save from here on. So there should be a target call being made instantly from that. But you guys are still standing back. There's no Lucio speed. It takes too long. And then again, what is that May War? What is that? That blocks literally that's after Shatter too. Everyone's stunned, and your May is trolling you. Holy fucking Christ!
Yeah, he success himself. Oh no, why? He will.
Yeah, he has to use this now because there's no target going down, but there's nothing. So still no one's dead, right?
No.
Again, yeah, discords are going on to everyone. One after the other, they're just changing edge. We're just changing Discord targets again and again.
Yeah,
Finally this happens. This is the first time I've fucking seen this. It's a close range fucking grab that actually holds people together so Xeno can pretend that he's aggressive. And they use a very late fucking thingo from there, and the only person that dies is you. Who cares? That's a fight sacrifice. If I heard I called that Shadow so fucking like, who cares, dude? The fight's already fucking over. Like, what do you need to worry about that Shadow for? Call something that actually matters, like the previous Shadow. You know what I think it is? I don't know if this is like... It's not so much racist, but I feel like every single like fanboy of Jonak, whatever the fuck you call him, it like... Everyone like sort of like tries to go for those really crazy right clicks, but I feel like on the Korean side of things, I feel like because he's the guy that everyone sort of aspires to be a DPS Zenyatta, I feel like that line of thought is just triple fold compared to what it is in like Oz, or even in America, because there's just so many different ways that they would like want to emulate him. I feel like that's the same sort of thing happens each time. Like I just watch every single time the rounds start, right? I watch be9 just walk forwards to a preset position and fire a right click down a choke and just pray that that's the case. But after that, I feel like he doesn't even know what's going on. I feel like there's nothing else going on, like, mentally here, because, like, outside of a dive comp, like, I feel like in a dive comp, there's much more precision to it, and it actually gives him proper targets, and it scares the enemy more, so it makes it easier for him. But in GOATs, in, like, Reinhardt comps, where shields are a thing, and they actually make it difficult to be properly getting into these fights, he just seems to struggle.
Yeah.
Like he can spam a choke with right click, but I mean, what fucking Zenyatta can't? I mean, I still can do it, and I've only got one good hand. So like, what does that change for most players these days? This is good damage though. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't land a kill except for one kill happens, which is still good. But as long as you're staying like back here and firing choke and still have line of sight to put harmony orbs on people, you're fine. same thing's happening again, right? Like, you guys are funneling into their spawn, and now you're at the back and you got to deal with Tracer. Okay, short clicking right clicks. This is a big mistake. This is a mistake right here. You can, with your aim, you should be able to precisely shoot a Tracer. There's no ifs or buts. If you can't, you don't want to end up doing that. If you short right click, the projectile speed of this is slower. So don't do this.
Don't do
You
it.
either don't fire 2 orbs from your right click, especially
Okay.
in ranges like this. Left click's faster, left click's stronger, and you don't have time to charge this up against the Tracer. You
Okay.
have to discord her and shoot her in the head twice, or shoot her in the body 3 times. You have to force her away from you. So
So
wasting time doing this is bad.
Okay.
But that's 2 orbs that travel slower than 2 left clicks. Okay?
Yeah.
See
So
those
you
2 orbs?
reckon
They're
he
slow.
just left click spam?
Half the left click, half the dual.
Oh yeah.
If you're holding it before she gets near you, then that's okay. But when she's already in your face, like she's already been here, you're holding this now. This is okay. If you hit her with this, cool. You probably won't, but it's cool. But yeah, you've got your Discord on it. You should be left clicking. You know her path. She wants to get closer to you. So that's all of her. Hang on. This is how many blinks wasted already, right? That's 2 blinks. Which means you know she has to rewind soon. So you force her more. You have to scare her to make her get away from you. Even if it's a left click to the head and a boot, and you melee her, that's still enough to force her backwards. But you have to know where she's going to go from there. But you don't want it to be a right click. It's too slow.
Okay, okay.
Because you spend time charging it up and it travels slower. And then this problem, because you get distracted by the Tracer, Winston just jumps straight at you and you have to ult your way, which sucks. Using that in that regard is horrible. Yeah, okay, let's go back. Hang on. So because of the right click attempt,
Yes.
you're still looking for the Tracer. You're tunneling on the Tracer, and because of that, you've come forwards away from this sort of gap, and no one else has come back to actually help you out, and your Mercy's dead. So you're fucked. You are 10 ways fucked. No one's even around to make use of this fight. If anyone was comming this prior, which I don't think they were, so we're going to listen out from before you're fighting Tracer, okay? Just listen. No, don't worry about what you're doing, just listen. Do you hear anything? I didn't hear a single shot call. Anyone?
No.
Mighty Boy gets picked, and there's no call about what to do from there. I heard someone maybe go for Baby Diva, but that's what's Baby Diva gonna change in this fight? Like you've got one support who doesn't have any no mobility, so naturally the enemy's gonna want to jump on them. So your choice is either I heard winnable, which is the biggest fucking lie I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, are you joking? It's not winnable if your support's dead. If one of your supports is dead, unless both of theirs are dead, it's not winnable.
Because they say there's Zenyatta stat as well, so it looks winnable.
Yeah, that's fine, but Lucio is worth more than Zenyatta in terms of pure survivability. Because Lucio can peel for himself, Zenyatta can't. You guys are running Mercy for the aerials, which means you are the prime target. You are the only target. So unless you're sniping off the hills in Africa, you are a free jump target. Which means that, by the way, when this team comp became an idea, your primary position should be back here, up on here, because you need to make them spend everything to jump to you if they have to, and you want your team to try and play around that if possible.
Okay.
Any high ground that you can take to make it harder for them to get to you, it's fine. But every time you get stuck in places like this, where people can just run onto you and jump onto you on either side, you just get collapsed on each time. So it's a bad call about it being winnable because you're the only support and you're very easy to kill. But the best part about it is that because they come this far forward, Lucio's throughput is not particularly amazing if everyone's split apart. So Bob is just fucking OP at taking down a target, which is great. It's amazing for Bob. because you got. But the problem is, even with that, right? Even with that being the case, you still lose the point. If you don't lose the point, I'm okay with it. But you lose the point.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably what he's commenting on during that point. I don't understand Korean, but I feel like he's commenting on something that involves them losing the fight just there. By the way, being proud for everyone on that alt usage being conservative was a lie, because the Zen alt was wasted. The Zen alt doesn't get value. It keeps him alive for a little while, but it's not value.
No, yeah. No value for the team.
I mean, it won't take him long to recharge it, presuming he actually like keeps slugging Winston in the head. This is a bad spot. See, coming forward like this is bad. Oh. Well, at least someone saved you. But yeah, every time you put yourself in a position like that, you're very liable to get hit, and it's very scary. But that's good. You guys won that. What was the next map? Probably route.
Route 66.
Yeah. All right. When's Route 66?
I think after Hanamura.
This is
But
Blizzard World, so this isn't even either of them. Hang on.
Oh wait, Blizzard World. Yeah, can we do Blizzard World instead of Route 66?
Okay.
Blizzard World is good.
Okay. Your defense first? Yeah, you are. Good. Right on time. We have half an hour left, so it's good. Yeah, you understanding what I'm saying so far, be9, about like your positioning and how like your orb management is going to be required for this? Like, is it good? Are you understanding?
be9.
Yeah.
Are you understanding what I'm saying? Like, is this helping you?
I try to understand.
Is that because his English? Okay.
Yeah, my English is.
Okay. Does he understand? Do you speak Korean?
No.
Okay, so do I need someone that's?
Yes. You can type. I think it's better like he both.
Me,
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can
to understand.
But the things like I only type the things I think is more important to him. But something you might have something more.
I'll ask him and see what he thinks. Okay, hang on. I need.
Oh my god.
Hang on. This is one of
Okay.
my subscribers.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
hang on.
be9, we have a Korean. Oh shit.
Hang on. Hey, Comic, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Okay, do you play Overwatch or League?
Both.
Okay. I'm trying to explain a specific sort of things about Zenyatta to this player.
Alright.
Now, he's very good at Overwatch, but he speaks very minimal English. So I'm trying to explain a few parts, and some of them are not getting across. So I need you to just translate a couple of sentences for me. Do you think you can do that? Like, just write them.
Sure.
Is it easier if I just write them to you, or if I say it?
Either way is fine.
Okay, so hang on. I'll just say.
Or
It's
do you
probably
have
easy to-
something written down already?
Do I?
Yeah.
Not particularly, because I'm doing a VOD review on the fly.
Ah, okay, then just say
So
it, just say it.
I'll just, yeah. So basically, So far, we've discussed his positioning and his orb management on Zenyatta. And what I need him to understand so far is that he's coming forwards too aggressive too often. And because no one's there to back him up, he keeps getting collapsed on. And
Alright.
from that, he ends up like getting killed a lot. And the other thing from that is that because he's trying too hard to get his orbs onto like targets, or he's not getting them on enough, he's overextending himself from that, and he's not getting enough value out of both his orbs and his ultimate.
Wait, you cut out. Sorry, you cut out for me like 5 seconds ago. Could you
Okay.
repeat?
So yeah, because of his overextension, like a lot, he's losing. He
Mhm.
doesn't get value from his orbs or his ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
So I need him to understand that he needs to play a little more safe and has more knowledge of his teammates, and to use the threshold of his orbs better, or to use the line of sight of his orbs better, for starters.
Alright. 배구님 지금 제가 설명해 드릴게요.
네.
지금 계신가요?
땡큐.
그러니까 그 랭님이 지금 하시는 말은 지금 배구님이 너무 공격적으로 제네타를 하신다고 해서 그 제네타의 공을 사용할 때 낭비를 하는 것도 좀 많이 보이고 그리고 그 낭비를 한 후에 너무 공격적으로 앞에 나와 있어 버리니까 궁을 쓸 때도 낭비가 될 때도 있고 그래서 그 너무 공격적으로 제네타를 이용해서 공격적으로 나와 있을 때 그 배구님의 팀이 서포트를 못 해주는 경우가 많대요. 그래가지고 궁을 낭비하든가 공 활용을 그 제네타가 공 평타를 잘 활용을 못하는 경우도 많고 그래서 그거를 보완하면 좋을 것 같다고 하시네요.
감사합니다. 땡큐.
Okay. The other thing,
그리고
other thing as well.
음,
I need. Is there a Korean word for juggle?
juggle? What do you mean by juggle?
So for Zenyatta, his orbs have to be juggled between his health, like between the health bars of all the people that he has to heal. And the problem is that he puts his orbs on a target for too long, and they're not
Oh,
they're already at full health, and he's not changing targets.
so you want me to tell him to like be quicker about changing
yeah,
Discord and
basically that.
Harmony?
Yeah.
그리고 또 하나 그 보신 거는 렉님이 하나 더 보신 거는 그 디스코드 오브하고 하모니 오브 있잖아요. 그
네네.
힐링하고 그 데미지 더 들어가는 거 그거 쓸 때 그 렉님이 보시기에는 배구님이 좀 한 타겟에 너무 오랫동안 필요 없이 둘 때가 많대요. 그거를 보완하고 그 힐링 오브를 특히 그 필요한 사람한테 더 빨리빨리 바꿔주시면 좋을 것 같아요.
오케이.
All good.
Right.
Makes sense.
I just said that, yeah.
Okay. Are you very busy at the moment?
Not that busy?
Do you think you could hang around for another 20 minutes?
I can do 10.
10? 10's cool.
Alright.
So, because I have a feeling I'm going to have to discuss like him about to get his ass kicked again. So
Yeah, sorry.
double
I have to read something real quick
that is
after.
I'm very thankful either way, and I will find a way to combo for you. So yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a bit.
I'm gonna pull up
If it helps, do you want to watch this with us so you can kind of get an idea of
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. And then I'm gonna pull up a notepad so I can take notes on
Give
it.
me a second. Okay, I'll give you this.
Da-da-da.
Because you
Okay.
basically got a free lesson.
Oh, let's go. That's nice.
Yeah, so this is a
Oh,
4600
nice.
elo player.
Oh,
Roughly?
Jesus.
Yeah, but
Wow.
yeah, so he's playing in Ocean Trials, and he's learning our way of play, which is funny as hell. But yeah, the problem is that some of it's not getting across because he doesn't speak all
Wait,
English.
does he like or did he originally play in Korea?
He's in
And
Korea
then
now.
he Huh? Oh, so he's playing
He's
in the
trialed
American.
for like a few high-end teams, as far as I'm aware of.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so this is this is why I really need a translator. So thank you very much for being here. You
No
are
problem.
gonna I guess in benefit you can learn from this. So this is good. So we're at 26:35 now. Yeah, you can see this.
26:35. 1 second.
It should be at the
I'm-
timestamp
I'm
that I've
loading
just
in
given
right
you in
now.
that video.
2635. Yeah, it's loading right now.
Okay, as long as it's loading, if I press play, just tap it, it should refresh the screen for you.
Yep. Now I'm at 2635 and it's frozen here.
Yeah, and you have a nice view of Diva's butt, right?
Yes.
Lovely.
Give me a second.
Alright, so-
Don't play it. 1 second.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine. You let me
playing
know when you're ready. Okay.
I'm good to go.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hit this, and yeah, so I'll be just sort of putting my thoughts down. If you can just write them, and then we'll try and translate some of them where we can. We'll see how we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, so right click at airborne targets isn't amazing, but it's needed sometimes. Try to like fully charge the right click where possible, regardless of like whether or not the target's going to get away, because every short click like version of it is very wasteful. That was an alright shot. So coming off the high ground here means that if they're going to chase down, he has to be ready to reset faster. So if they call to pull out soon, he should be ready to go back onto high ground.
All right. Can you pause for a second?
Yeah. All right.
Because I think it's better to do it in intervals because you're showing like the part of the lot and whatnot.
Yeah. So just if he's go.
지금 그리고 그 제네타 오른쪽 클릭 그 charge up 하는 거 있잖아요. 그거 쓸 때 그 배구님이 끝까지 차지 안 하고 빨리 끊어버리는 경우가 있는데 그때 그 어쩔 때는 어차피 안 맞을 거라 상관이 없지만 좀 한 반반 찬스로 한 도박 하듯이 때리는 거 있잖아요. 그럴 때는 그냥 차지 5개, 오브 다 5개 차지한 다음에 그냥 날려보는 게 차라리 그 시간에 이미 차지가 돼 있으니까 5개 다 차지하고 한번 때려보는 게 차라리 더 낫다고. 그리고 그 위에서 high ground 이 플랫폼 위에 있을 때 내려왔었잖아요. 아까 전에 한 5초 전에. 그때 내려오면서 내려오는 건 괜찮은데 내려오면서 빨리 리셋을 해야 되고 만약에 필요하다면 그리고 팀이 다시 뒤로 가다가 딱 컬이 내려왔을 때 빨리 뒤로 갈 준비가 되어 있어야 되는데 안 그러면 밀린대요.
아, 알겠습니다.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. So just keep going from here. Just note this down, just about the way that his team are sort of discussing shot calls. There needs to be I need to like go over this. Oh my God, why is he nanoed? That wasn't supposed to. Oh, that shot. That was a right click. I'll let go because he just turns around and just right clicks him in the skull. But yeah, he's not the person that you would want to have that on him. That's unfortunate. Let that slide. But yeah, just note this down. Is the way that he interacts with his team. I guess a lot of these shot calls are just not making sense to him. I think, or they're just non-existent. So the problem that is happening right now is that there's just a massive disconnect between what he's supposed to do and what the team wants him to do. And that's partially because while he's skilled, what's needed in this sort of rank is very different, and it's not as strong as what he needs there. Oh God, he about to kill himself now. But yeah.
Could you pause that for a second?
Just hang on to it. We'll get onto it later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just something I wanted you to note down was all. Thanks.
So disconnect with team. Not sure if he knows what the team wants him to do and vice versa.
Yeah, because even though he seems to be a very skilled player, I think the problem is just that there's a lot of communication gaps here. Oh, geez, that's unlucky. But again, his positioning is just awful here as well. Like he's in the open here. He's got to use like the.
포지션이 별로 안 좋았다네요.
아, 네.
여기 뒤에서 이 안으로 차라리 들어가서 각을 잡는 게 더 안전했다고.
Because sometimes the team doesn't even know what they want, so
Yeah,
that's
but that's
why.
problematic for someone like him who is used to structure. Like if he's trialed for these higher level teams, right? The problem that he's going to deal with there is just that he's going to come to teams like this who are trial. They're not even contenders level, and
Oh,
he's
is this a trial of a team right now?
No, no,
Like
no, no.
no,
this
he's
pod?
already in this team, but this is not a. He's been trialing with like other teams that are much higher level than this.
Oh,
But
I
he's
see, I
trying to
see.
establish himself in a contenders lineup so that he can get noticed in other regions because his
Oh, I
Korean
see,
is
I see.
it's extremely fucking like what's the word,
Oh,
competitive.
right.
So yeah, he figures if he can stomp his way through here, he can go from there. But the problem is that because of the communication barrier being so high,
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to make these plays that you would see in higher level play, but because no one knows what the fuck's going on, because obviously he doesn't understand what they're trying to do, and they don't understand what they're doing because they're not good or
Do you
good enough
know,
compared to contenders, for instance. It's just worse.
do you have his are they talking to each other in Korean right now, or are
No,
they?
all English. It's gibberish.
Oh, oh
It's
God.
basically in English, and they're just muttering crap at each other. If you turn the volume up in Visor,
Okay, yeah, I'll
you can
try
hear
that.
it's horrible. It's very
Okay,
mishmash. So yeah, so just try and listen in, and you'll get what I'm talking about.
okay, I'll try.
I mean, yeah, being staggered from walking out there was a big mistake, but this, yeah, just probably waiting for his team might have helped. But again, like they're not even prepared for this fight now; they're just going in one by one. But his reactions are really solid, which is nice. It's just that he's just not. He's just tunneling at random occasions, and oh, geez, he made it to Diva, but not to
Ooh.
fucking Winston because neither of them were aware that he was coming in with ult. Because they don't listen
Right.
out for these ults he's coming, and he's not calling it out because he's worried they won't understand him.
Mm, okay.
You know, I'm gonna
Uh,
pause it. Can you just explain what we were talking about to him now? Because this is really important to this part, actually.
지금 렉님이 말하시기에는 배구님 그 결단력하고 리액션 타임은 되게 좋대요. 그런데 지금 가장 큰 문제가 그 팀하고 말할 때 지금 팀하고 되게 영어로 하는데 오는 거하고 가는 거하고 둘 다 잘 알아듣지를 못하잖아요. 팀 전체가. 그래서 지금 방금 전에도 봤듯이 그 제네타 궁 써가지고 디바는 살렸는데 그 윈스턴도 살릴 수 있었는데 그거를 말을 하셨으면 그 커뮤니케이션이 있었으면 근데 그 팀하고 잘 얘기가 안 돼가지고 지금 윈스턴이 죽었어요. 그런 거를 피하려면 팀하고 일단 전체하고 지금 영어를 쓰고 있어서 그런 걸 수도 있지만 팀하고 일단 소통이 빠르고 잘 돼야 된대요. 그게 되게 중요하대요. 이 정도
오케이 오케이.
레벨의 오버워치를 하려면.
아 오케이 오케이.
Yep.
Does he feel better about the situation? Does he understand what? Does he feel good
Yeah,
about
I
that?
mean,
I mean, he only said
well,
okay, but like, can you just ask him like how he feels about that?
how he feels about like the team.
About what he's being told? Like, if he understands and if he's like, if he feels like this is something he can improve on, or if it's easy for him to understand or like can work on.
Like the team portion, like the communication
Mainly
with
the
the
team.
team.
It's communication related, I think.
오케이. 그 지금 렉님이 물어보시는데 그 이 커뮤니케이션 부분을 고치려고 뭘 어떻게 할 수 있으실 것 같아요? 이게 지금 영어 때문에만 그런 건가요? 아니면 또 팀들하고 아직 그 합이 잘 맞춰지지 않으신 거 그래서 그런 건가요?
아 영어 때문인 것 같아. 잉글리시 잉글리시 스웨.
He says the biggest reason he's having trouble with communication is because he's not good at English right now.
Obviously, yeah. But does
Mm.
he feel like that his comms would be easier to understand if he just knew better English, or does he think that the people that he's talking to are still very like stunted in what they're trying to call? Because like I don't think he understands what they're trying to do because I've already team reviewed this team before and I don't think what they're doing is correct either. So I
Mm.
think what I'm trying to figure out on his behalf is if he's actually aware and wants to actually like what he wants to do. So okay, he's trying to he's typing to me now. He's saying like I don't think I don't know how to explain my think to Tim. So I think he doesn't know how to explain his thought process. And I want him to answer you in Korean so you can tell this to me. But basically, what I'm trying to understand, right, is I think that his teammates don't understand his thought process because he can't get the words out in English. And in response to that, his teammates are just blabbing on about God knows fucking what in their games, right? And
Right.
he can't understand it, so it's making him play worse.
Mhm.
I need you. What I need you to ask him, in however you can manage to get this information out of him, is just ask him like if it would be if there's any way that he can get his like teammates to do it, or how it makes him feel that he can't get his thoughts across. Because I'm trying to, I guess what I'm trying to understand is that if it's actually like viable to just teach him English, or if it's viable to tell his teammates to like
아, I
big
see, I
words.
see. 지금 물어보시는 게 제가 방금 잘못 이해했었던데요. 죄송합니다. 그 팀하고 말할 때 그 가장 큰 문제가 팀 자체 지금 그 샷커를 하는 사람이 그 사람이 뭔가를 잘못 알고 느리게 말하는 것 같아요. 아니면 그 정말로 영어가 가장 큰 문제인 것 같아요. 만약에 영어를 어느 정도 배우셨다면 그 문제가 해결될 것 같아요.
영어를 배우면 해결될 것 같아요.
He says he thinks the problem is not so much on the bad shot calls, but his lack of knowledge in English. But honestly, I think he doesn't understand much of what they are saying anyways, so he wouldn't really be able to tell if the team is making terrible calls or good calls.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because he says this is what he just said to me, right? He said, I don't know how to explain my think to team, so his thoughts to his teammates, and so I can just tell them Discord calls or help calls, which is basically this Discord target and God help me, I'm going to die. That's basically all I'm aware of there. And he says because if I can speak English, then I can fix our shot caller's faults, which makes sense.
right.
But my thought process is if he could speak English, he could just qualify for an A contenders team. Because he wouldn't just shit the bed because he wouldn't be getting stuck with what he's trying to figure out, right? So I think what I just want to figure out is like if his knowledge of the game is good and his understanding of the game is good, do I have to just teach him how to express his thoughts in English, or do I get him onto a team with Korean speaking people and just hope that everyone can just sort of live harmoniously through keyword usage and such like that. Like if I tell him to learn like a few specific words in English, like when to push, when to not, when to like run back, when to reset, stuff like that, would he just be able to just take over the team shot calling just like that, or would there be information involved? Like obviously, yes, this
I
team
see.
is absolutely freaking atrocious at conveying their thoughts either way, and they speak fluent English or fluent bad English, so to speak, like funky English.
Oh god.
So like we're trying to really sort of figure out like what's best for him. So we'll let this play out for a little bit longer, and we'll see how we go from there. But yeah, can you?
Wait, can I say that part?
Yeah, go
Because
right ahead, please.
that's
Yes.
super important. 지금 말하신 걸로는 그 렉님이 영어 오버워치의 중요한 영어 문장? 비슷한 문장 아니면 단어 같은 걸 푸시해야 될 때 아니면 뒤로 가야 될 때 뭐 그런 비슷한 거를 가르쳐 드릴지 지금 생각 중이래요. 왜냐면 지금 배구님이 만약에 오버워치에 오버워치 샷컬링을 직접 하실 수 있으시면 이 문제는 없어지니까 아니면 만약에 영어로 짧은 영어 문장들을 외우는 게 안 된다면 차라리 쉽게 말할 수 있는 한국 팀으로 가는 게 나을 수도 있다고 얘기하시네요.
오케이.
Yeah. Alright.
So hopefully, yeah, if he doesn't feel too worried about that, then we'll just go on for a little bit longer. In doing study of this, what is this? Oh wow. Okay.
Hmm?
This actually exists. I always wondered if this existed. Have you seen this? You just sent me this.
Amateur.
This is the
Oh,
Whoa, what's that?
Koreans
What's that?
the Korean's Guide to Basic English.
Fuck.
I mean,
So funny enough, right? We have a version of this in Oz for when we were learning to play in Korean service, like just basic words like babung and all that sort of stuff. You know, like to learn, like to get people to alt you and stuff like that. And naturally, it helped us a little bit to get us across, right?
Mm.
But I didn't think there would ever be a time where you needed one in reverse. Like, holy shit, that there's actually one in reverse. I'm gonna bookmark this. Holy shit. That's
Huh.
crazy. So there's
That's
actually one in reverse. So yeah, this is what he's been reading to try and figure out like
wow.
how to explain this.
I guess that's not like completely comprehensive either.
It's
Alright.
it's there's nothing in here, right? Hang on, let me just go down the list.
It's
This is
just
all-
ability
it's all just
names and
abilities.
whatnot.
There's
Yeah.
no like
Calls.
yeah. So can I just get you to you can write Korean, right?
Yeah.
Can you write ones for like push, be aggressive, go, stuff like that, and then stuff for falling back, and that sort of stuff?
Sure. Let me. one
Basic
second.
versions of it. Oh, hang on, wait. The second tab's kind of got this.
Do you want me to write like a Excel spreadsheet kind of a deal?
Well, the second sheet seems to kind of give him help with that. Hang on, let me just go through this list.
There's a
The
second.
second, see the second tab on the script.
Oh yeah. There's also what it says is the first tab is heroes and their abilities. Second is shot calling and team coordination. Third is about health and status. Fourth is personal calls. Fifth is ally assistance.
Okay.
Sixth is enemy callouts. Seventh
Wow.
is order calls. Eighth is.
Can you ask him how
map.
far through this sheet he is with studying it?
There's even a one for congratulating your teammates. Let's
Nice.
get this bread. GG.
Let's get this. Can you just tell him like if he wants? I guess this works for like the Overwatch community, but this is not an actual English name. GG. These are all terrible. This is XQC stream for idiots. You don't want this.
Respect the mom.
No.
Okay, can we? Okay, first up, please tell him that this congratulational thing, it's not the most respectable version of what you would want
Oh God.
as well. And then please,
Just
can you
imagine it
ask him? Can you
becomes-
ask him just how much of the sheet he studied, especially pertaining to the tab 1, 2, and wait 5. 1, 2, and 5.
네. 지금 배구님이 보내주신 엑셀 스프레드시트에서 그 밑에 탭이 있잖아요. 거기에서 얼마나 혹시 공부하셨나요?
그 필요한 부분?
1번, 랭님이 말하시기는 1번, 2번, 5번이 어느 정도 많이 중요한 것 같다고 보시는데, 얼마나, 이거를 쉽게 쓰시는 게 가능하신가요?
1번, 2번, 5번은 어느 정도 쓸 수 있는데 이제 약간 이제 7번 같은 거 있잖아요.
네,
오더,
네,
오더 하는 거?
네.
그런 거를 제가 잘 못해서 간단한 브리핑을
아,
하거든요.
네.
뭐 디스코드 콜이나
네.
콜 아니면은 뭐 트랜스퍼스 이런 건 할 수 있는데 이제 뭐 막 빨아들이자 막 베이트 데민 약간 이런 거
네.
이런 오더를 못하니까 7번 위주로 갔던 것 같아요.
아, 네, 랭님이 말하실 때도 배구님이 오더를 하시려면 해가지고 더 쉽게 이길 수 있을 것 같은데 지금 소통이 오더 자체가 안 들어가니까 랭님이 보시기에는 이 팀을 전에도 보신 적이 있대요. 근데 이
네네.
팀이 오더 자체를 잘 못 내린다고 렉님이 전에 그런 인상을 받았대요. 그래서 배구님이 오더를 하시면 더 좋을 것 같은데 그게 지금 안 되고 있으니
음,
지금 왜 지금 방금 한 얘기를 말해드릴게요. So what he's saying is that he's studied 125 pretty well, but the one he's stuck on is tab 7, which basically says call outs or no
These are
calls
alt economy
for
related.
strategies.
Yeah.
So let's set up something. It says in English right there. Let's initiate, bait them in, like stuff that's pretty important. But he's not able to use that in game as fast as he should be able to,
Okay.
which is a problem, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I assume you have to go soon, but I have a question for you.
I have a bit more time actually. I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you happen to be free this weekend, I will probably have to charge them more so I can pay you as well for your time.
No, dude, you really don't. I'm literally just having fun on my own.
How you know Korean so well?
I was there until like 5th grade or something like that. I lived there. I have a Korean citizenship, and I came over to the States.
Nice. Okay, so tab 7 is what is struggling with the most.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just the way he has to say it, or is it because he can't say it clear enough?
Honestly, I think it's one he hasn't like, because these are complex concepts, obviously. These are like what you need to be able to like call out on the fly. So first of all, he's not able to do those complex calls on the fly as quick as he should, and second, he just doesn't have every single one of them down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his pronunciation also matters, which isn't like an easy fix either, because you have to like just.
Well, I
study
mean,
English.
should we just test one? Should we just ask like if there's one in particular that would be difficult? Like, do we just say, "Oh, I'm not going to do alt economy because that's just fucking crazy." Let's go with pressure.
Mhm.
Can you just tell him like what pressure means and if he knows like how that translates and if he can say it? I guess
Alright.
pronounce it more so is the better word.
So you want me to say pressure in Korean and then
I want him to see like just what like if he knows what it means in English and like how to say it in English and what the concept means. Can you say the word in English and not give the meaning away in Korean?
Okay. So you want me to ask him what if he knows what pressure means?
Yes.
Basically. Okay.
Yes.
배구님, 렉님이 지금 간단한 테스트 비슷한 거를 하려고요.
네.
영어, 이 브리핑 오더 할 때 어느 부분이 문제인지 혹시 pressure가 무슨 뜻인지 아시나요?
압박하라고.
네, 맞으셨어요. Okay, so I just asked him and he does know. He like said it pretty. It's the
I
exact
mean, he sounded
definition,
pretty clear on
basically.
what he was saying, so
Yeah.
So he obviously knows like bits and pieces. I guess saying it on the fly and trying to relate it would be difficult. Okay,
I
Echo.
think he has some meanings down.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure.
I think for like any other VOD review I do with him, I can actually just point this out on the sheet for him, and it's actually not particularly difficult to teach him. So we won't entirely require a translator